Most people are so unaware of the huge impact their emotions are having on their health, particularly the outdated emotional baggage they are carrying around with them every day. Now, I wasn't aware of this either until just a few years ago when I came across a method called the emotion code, and everything just started to make complete sense and it changed my life completely. Now, I can see you squirming because you know you need to deal with this emotional baggage at some point. But I get it, it's uncomfortable. And there's likely some stuff in there that we'd rather not relive or talk about and dig up. But that's perfectly fine. I used to suppress everything to the point I was so weighed down and was so stuck in my life. Now, the emotion code allows us to clear this built up energy without the need for you to talk about your painful past. Now, I'm going to explain to you how this works in a way that you'll easily understand. So, the emotion code is basically like a spring clean for your physical and mental health. So, you know that cupboard or the shed or the garage at home that it's a place where you just throw all the junk that you accumulate, and it gets built up and built up and built up, and you don't have time to find a spot for things, so you just throw it in the cupboard, and this cupboard just starts to become so clogged up and so overwhelming, but you just don't have time to deal with it. And you get to the point where it's you go to open this cupboard or you go in the garage and you try to put something in and everything just falls back onto you. And at that point you have two options. So you can either have this big clear out where you just rip all the stuff off the shelves and you sort through it and you chuck out what you don't need and you keep what you do, and it all goes on tidily and it looks fantastic. It's so liberating. It's like a weight off. You look at it and you're just so proud of yourself as it's just perfect. There's nothing in the way there. Now, the other option is people, what they do is they get too overwhelmed by all this clutter and they don't deal with it. And what they do is they just find a different place to store this stuff. And the same problem occurs, just in a different place. So our emotions, our emotions are the same. If we go through these tough times or these heavy emotional experience or have a habit like I did of suppressing my emotions, everybody has this cupboard inside us, and everybody has this emotional baggage that we're holding on to, whether you want to admit it or not. Now, it's the stuff that we collect and we hold on from our past. So past hurts that we're too busy to deal with at the time. We might not be in the right place to deal with these emotions. But it's not only our stuff as well. It's stuff that we've inherited from our parents or stuff that we've absorbed from our mothers while we're in the womb. If our mum's been through a troubled pregnancy, we can take on emotions that she's experiencing while we're in the womb. And you know what? It's in our cupboard and it's affecting our lives as well. So what I want to do is, how do you know if your cupboard's full? So this is how you tell. You may be experiencing the following symptoms. So back, neck, shoulder, knee, hip, or joint discomfort, lack of energy. You might have trouble sleeping, digestive troubles. You might just feel tired all the time, feel run down, just a lack of mobility, trouble concentrating, anxiousness, lack of motivation in life, self-sabotage, or relationship issues. Now, our body talks to us by giving us these symptoms. And small discomforts and niggles are like the body whispering. But if we don't listen, it's forced to turn up the volume louder and louder until we get the message. Now, a lot of the time when the volume's down low, we just ignore it and it's like, oh, it'll go away. But when these things get louder and louder, that's when we start to take action. We start looking for ways to fix the issues. So the problem is when most people hear these screams, they only treat the issues with conventional Western medicine approaches. They go get some pills to help, but all they're doing is suppressing the symptoms and they don't treat the underlying causes. So your body has turned the volume up to warn you it's out of balance and it's trying to get your attention, but instead of listening carefully, you're just like putting noise-cancelling headphones on. It's like you can't hear the noise, but it's still roaring around you, and it rarely goes away by itself unless you start to remove the root causes of these issues. Now, research shows that around 90% of health issues are stress-related. And what is stress? Stress is related to emotions and the chemical reaction caused by negative emotions. So you're starting to join the dots now. But the problem is, how do we treat emotions? In the past, most of the methods you're probably familiar with is probably talk therapy or even counseling. But it's very often uncomfortable for a lot of people, as I spoke about before, that they just don't want to deal with that, and they don't want to have to go through and relive this past. So our method, using the method called the emotion code, it doesn't require you to have to talk about your past experiences and have to relive them. It's based on the method outlined in the book, The Emotion Code, and it's changed thousands of people's lives, including my own and my entire family's. Now, the emotion code is a form of energy healing for your emotional baggage. So what you have to understand is that everything in this universe is a form of energy. Some physical, like the human body, like you're seeing on this camera now, your phone or your computer in front of you. And some of it invisible energy, like your emotions, the wind, the heat. You can feel it, but you can't see it. Now, the problem is when most people try and treat the energy of their emotions with physical substances, and that's why they rarely experience any lasting success. Now, you have the choice. You can go buy the book, The Emotion Code, and learn the method and do it yourself, and you can get the same results as I did by doing it myself. Or you can book in for a session with a qualified practitioner like myself to help do the process for you. Like the clutter in the cupboard I spoke about earlier, we can use the emotion code to clean out this clutter. So a lot of the emotional baggage that you're holding onto is likely outdated. It just needs a good clean out and to give the cupboard some room to store some extra emotions, just in case something big comes up and needs to be put away. Now, as I mentioned before, you don't need to talk about any of this emotional baggage to get the results. We work by email correspondence through the whole process. We record the sessions for you without you even having to be present. So it's like we're coming to your house while you're at work, do a big clean out of your cupboard for you, and you get home and you got home to a nice clean cupboard. Now, again, you're probably thinking, how the heck can this possibly work? Where I don't even have to talk or to be present for the session. But again, to us, it made no logical sense when we first heard about the emotion code. But you know what? We were open and we trusted the process and we tried it. Thousands of people have been helped around the world. So we just went along with it. What do we have to lose apart from like our health struggles, which we were happy to let go of. We were trying to let go of them. But you know what? 99% of the people who see this video, you know, they won't go ahead and take action because their logical minds just can't understand the process. And our logical mind loves to keep us safe and steers us away from the unknown. It's human nature. And to be honest with you, the other 1% who do go on and try it only do so because they've been let down by Western medicine one too many times, and they're just fed up with their health issues getting in the way of their life, stopping them from doing the things they love. Now, most of these people who try it are still highly skeptical, but after they experience it for themselves, they quickly see the power of this method and they become believers like we became. Now, let me ask you a question. Does it matter if you don't understand how something works, but you get the end result you're looking for? Does it matter if it doesn't make logical sense? And how long do you want to keep searching for answers? How long are you going to keep trying the old methods and hoping that one day they'll just happen to disappear? Now, if you want to learn more about this method, you can visit our website or do yourself a favor and just buy the book first. It'll cost you $30 and it will change your life, and it will really help you understand how your emotions play such a huge part in your life. Now, if you'd like to experience working with a practitioner like myself, visit our website where you can book a session with my wife, me, or my wife Amy, who's also a qualified practitioner. And we currently have a special offer where all new clients get a bonus session when they purchase our taster package, which is a single session. So basically 2 for the price of 1. Now, for more information about the emotion code, head to our website and go to buy the book. It would be the best $30 you ever spent. So best wishes to all you, and we hope you find the solution you're looking for to improve your health.